DCW, DCW, DCW.
Hello everybody and welcome to DCW Attitude. It is Monday. It is time for some more DCW wrestling. Hopefully you are okay and safe and things are going okay for you. And we won't talk about political events here, but you know, if you follow me on Twitter, what my thoughts are on some of these things. Anyway, we are off and ready for another exciting evening. We have new champions all over the place, and from Santa Clara, California, here we go. Alright, so tonight we'll feature a number of different things, but we're going to start off with Phoenix, who is going to be expressing her opinion on events from Redemption, so be prepared for that. Alright, here she comes. Alright, so. And Phoenix being her usual typical joyful self in preparation. And what does she have to say this evening? Welcome everyone to a new attitude. Big smile there. I am your new DCW champion, and I have an update for all the women in the back. Now that B and I are champs, well, you might as well just forget about our titles. We won't lose them to you morons, because the Queen and I plan to rule forever. So good luck to you ladies, but we will always be the best, because we rule all. For the Queen and I, the party has just started, and importantly, it is invite only. Runa, I hope you enjoyed your brief moment in the sun, but remember, the sun never sets on the British Union. So your champion has spoken, a better class of champion, one who knows best. So good luck to all you fighting for the scraps. Your betters welcome you to the new regime. I guess probably said. Well, there we go. Phoenix starting off pleasantly, as you can imagine she would. And now we're about to get underway with our first match of the night. It is Emily versus Ember, and yet another rematch. Their third in as many shows. These two ladies don't like each other. Things have not been nice between them, needless to say, ever since Eminem broke up. So you can imagine they will be rip-roaring, ready for action, and ready to make each other's lives miserable, for lack of any other phrase here. So, as we get ready for this match, they did fight each other at the pay-per-view. Ember getting the better, or Emily, I believe, got the better of Ember in that match at Redemption, but apparently we're still not quite at the end of this particular confrontation. So here we go. First out, it is Emily.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making her from Salem, Oregon, Emily.
All right. Coming to the ring now, Emily will want to continue on her good success last week, and she'll be wanting to prove a point here tonight. If this is their final matchup between the two of them or not, I think both of them would love to put an end to the other. But we'll see. And here she comes. It's Ember.
And her opponent, from Arizona, the Queen.
All right, so Ember has had a win and a loss in this confrontation between these two. Neither side really gaining full advantage. I think both of whom are hoping tonight to put an end to the other, or at least as competition. Both parties will want to do well because they want to go on to compete for titles. They need to get wins locked on, and that's certainly something both of them could use. So here we go. It's Ember versus Emily in the first match of Attitude for today, June 1st. Welcome to June, everyone. And the summer approaches, hopefully better than the rest of 2020 has been so far. Emily comes in, big knee to the back, picks her up, strike again, picks her up again. Is she going to do it one more time? Yeah. Oh, but she misses on that front. Just about wrecks her knee trying to do that. Big chop sends Emily to the ground. Ember now takes her hand and bashes it into the mat, then steps into the midsection. Kick to the upper back. But both ladies just scratching and clawing quite literally as Emily just rakes Ember's face, but Ember comes back, swinging neck breaker to put a stop to that. And then a big slap to the face. Throws Emily into the other side, but comes up with a big elbow chop kind of combination, which catches Emily. And then just wrenches on that knee that she hurt earlier. Stomps on the arm. Comes down with another knee. Ember's got Emily where she wants her now. Oh, smack by Emily. Catches Ember. Drops her on her throat. Now looking to follow up with a couple of good strikes. Ember has controlled the match ever since the miss by Emily. Oh, but early pin, not really doing much there. Emily trying to get to her feet. Ember follows up with a couple of big strikes, but another one back. A couple of chops from both parties. Kick to the chest and then throws her into the corner. Comes in with a big forearm. Sends Ember to the ground. Ember's face first into the mat while Emily, taking advantage of that, finally is starting to advance again. Turns her over. One. Okay, nope. These two know each other very well. Tag team partners for several months. Now opponents. They probably understand each other better than anybody else. Spear by Ember has Emily in deep trouble now. Waiting for Emily to crawl to her feet. Struggles to get up and then kicks her in the midsection. Puts her down again. Looking like she's going to come in for natural selection, and she does. Smashing that face into the mat. Ember has a chance. She pulls up. She pins her. 1, 2. Ooh, that was close. Very, very close. 2.5 for Ember there. I thought she had Emily dead to rights. Takes her over. Stretching. Wheelbarrow move. Ooh. Puts her down. Kick to the back. Emily gets back to her feet, though, and bulldogs Ember to the mat. First opportunity to get some real offense in a while. Big drop kick now. Can she follow up these big moves with some bigger moves? Becomes the question mark. She does pick Ember back up. Ember's still dazed, and a Hurricane Rana sends her to the mat again. So it's been 3 very inventive moves which have got Ember into trouble. DDT by Emily. Going for the pin now. 1, 2. Kicked out just around 2. Ember stands her up, but this time, or Emily stands Ember up, but this time Ember gets back. German suplex. Catches Emily. Now it's Emily's turn. She's dazed, confused, and on her face. Picked up by Ember, who's going to wheelbarrow slam her. Oof. And does it again, and then goes for the legs. Emily in trouble. She needs to get in there with a couple of strikes. She does catch her with an elbow. Then a clothesline followed up by a kick to the face and another. Goes for the pin again, using the ropes for leverage, but immediately kicked out of by Ember. They collide in the center of the ring. Neck breaker by Emily. Catches Ember, but Ember able to come back and reverse things, and then gets a massive clothesline in, which sends Emily to the mat. Steps on her arm again. Ember, clothesline on Emily. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, I thought that was it. I thought that one was finally it. Ember had Emily square and in trouble. Emily stands up, kicked in the midsection, puts her down again. Looks like it's going to be another chance at natural selection. Here it comes. Oof. Ember hit her hard. Emily in deep trouble now. Pinning attempt. 1, 2, 3. Ember gets the victory. Stops the count and finishes off Emily again. Emily looking quite upset. Standing up. Ember appears to try and offer a hand. Emily not ready for that, apparently, and unwilling to even try and make some sort of break at a more friendly term. And both Ember and Emily are still not happy with one another. So you've got to imagine that somewhere down the road, probably I would think at Unbreakable, these two will collide yet again. By the way, in case you didn't know, our June event is called Unbreakable, followed up by Canadian Stampede in July. So be sure to join us for those two. We'll have announcements coming in the next couple of weeks as to what the matches are. Well, in fact, we'll probably know by the end of this week at least one of them. But next up, it's the former champion Runa combining with Alexa in a tag team action against Fate. Fate, of course, wanted and did challenge for the championships at Redemption, which they unfortunately failed in that as well. Runa, of course, lost her match and ended up not being able to retain the championship, so I'm sure she was quite upset about that as well. This will be an interesting match. I am hearing that there is a possibility that these two ladies, Runa and Ursula, may actually combine into one team on a more permanent basis.
Introducing first,
And here comes Runa.
from Tacoma, Washington, Stephanie the Diamond.
Champion put on a brave performance on the weekend, but just couldn't, or on Wednesday last week, but just wasn't able to overcome Phoenix, who was able to defeat her. We'll see Phoenix in action later tonight as she goes up in a non-title match against Lilu. But as of right now, here's Runa. Now we get Ursula coming out individually, at least for now. My understanding is they will be known as Pixel Pals, but we'll have to see what happens on that front. All right, so Ursula now out. Ursula and Runa, I think, as I've said before, former tag team partners in another federation or two, and have a lot of experience with one another, so I'm sure they'll get along just fine. But the more cohesive unit, the most experienced unit, even though they're the lesser experienced in DCW, but the more coherent tag team is Fate, and here they come.
Elizabeth Sparks-Jones and the chosen one, the faces of fear.
Zoe and Lizzie, Spark as she's also known, are very competitive. They have been competitive in both the tag team division and individually, Zoe especially. But unfortunately for both of them, championships have still escaped them. Zoe unable to take either the world championship against Runa a few weeks ago, and Fate as a tag team unfortunately lost to Abyss of Eternity, AOE, at Redemption. So they'll be looking for their own bit of redemption here. And here we go, Lizzie against Runa to start. Runa starts off with some big chops and then takes Lizzie up and plumps her onto the canvas hard. Drops a knee now. Big uppercut from Lizzie. Punch and takes her over, trips her down. Kick to the back. Once again, trying to work that lower back area, an area which, when it gets sore, makes things a lot more difficult for pretty much everybody. Now, Runa comes in with a big clothesline, catches Lizzie, but Lizzie comes back and flips Runa up. Now she throws her into her own corner, coming in slowly, methodically, tagging in Zoe. Zoe coming in, goes to the second turnbuckle, comes down with a big axe handle on the arm. Now takes her over. Oh, but a quick reversal by Runa turns this all around. Zoe in a big underhook suplex, which caught her off guard. Now being dragged towards the Pixel Pals corner. Here comes Ursula. Runa and Ursula looking to make some damage here in the division as they try and attempt to get back to winning ways. Both of them struggling lately on the individual cycle. Runa, of course, lost to Phoenix pretty definitively on the Wednesday. Bridging suplex puts Zoe down. Ursula kick to the midsection. Takes her up and then just jumps onto her back, giving so much more pressure, pain, and agony. But Zoe able to lift a knee and get out of that. Going for the tag. Tags in Lizzie. Probably a good idea at this point. Oof, but Lizzie immediately gets caught with a boot to the face, but does reverse that. Gets Ursula in the corner and is able to high knee into her. So now she throws her into the opposite corner, comes in on her own corner, and then just brings her face into the second turnbuckle. That move has deadly consequences for her opponents. And then a quick kick to the back. You see the pain and agony on the face of Ursula. Another kick to the midsection. Spark is full of energy. Picks her up. Oof. Takes her down one more time. working on that leg stretch, trying to do everything she can to weaken Ursula's extremities. Now going on a high-risk move and drops her body onto Ursula. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Ursula able barely to move out of that way by 2. Standing on her feet. Ursula able to reverse her way out of this problem. Punch to the face. Lizzie has tagged in Zoe. Now the two of them combine on Ursula, getting her up and elevated. They wait on her, and Zoe is now in the driver's seat, taunting Runa as she works on Ursula. Ursula kicks to the knees, comes in, and catches her with a stunner. Now, taking advantage of that, where she's got Zoe, she starts to work on the leg, yanking on both directions to stretch out that joint and try and make it as difficult as possible for Zoe to stand and fight back. But Zoe has come back quickly, drops an elbow, catches Ursula out in the process. Coming in, working on the back of her head now. Bashes her into the top turnbuckle. Tags in Zoe. The two more experienced people are working through Ursula and Runa just by quick tags, tag team combinations, and just generally making life difficult on them. Ursula's been in the ring for a long time now. Needs to fight out of it. She is not going to be able to do it when that happens. Lizzie's got to be happy with herself. She's been able to work the beatings to her favor and has put Ursula into trouble, but she just missed a key move. An atomic drop catches her. But she's able to use a jawbreaker to escape. Picks her up and stuns her again. Now Ursula's trying to climb over to where Runa is. Instead gets cut off. Turned over by Lizzie, who then puts her in a half crab but realizes she can't get the pin because she's under the rope. Drags her back towards the center of the ring. Boot to the midsection sends Ursula back the other way. But she throws her into the turnbuckle at the far end. Tries to come in and follow up, but instead gets caught out. However, Ursula missed a suplex, which has just left her in trouble. Spark sends her to the other opposite corner. Comes in again. Goes up to the second turnbuckle. What's she going to do with her? Ooh. Spinning suplex catches Ursula. Can't think she's got much left. She needs to tag in Runa. She has not had a lot in the way of offense for quite some time, as both of the Fate ladies have taken it to her. Big maneuver, kick to the face. Going in again, and another boot to the face. And a third time. Ooh. Dashing around the ring. Lizzie making Ursula pay. Ursula's got to be primed and ready. Here she goes. She's standing up. She's dizzy, but she does escape at the last possible second. Drop kick this time. Catches home. Ursula stomping on Lizzie's arms. She's riled up and she's yelling at Lizzie right now. Drops a leg drop onto her face. Oh my. Pardon me. Goodness. Should have got a drink before we started this. Ursula goes in for the pin. This could be trouble. Oh! Zoe hits the referee while Ursula thought she was still able to go for the pin. Instead, the referee is down. And Ursula comes in with a hip attack that knocks Zoe to the floor. Dragged into the center of the ring. And now in trouble. Scissor. And then a punch. And then a pinning maneuver. 1, 2. Oh, not this time. Zoe does connect with the right person, not the referee. Although the referee did get caught. Oh my goodness. Zoe catches it from Ursula. And now Ursula's waiting on. Oh, and catches a small package. But not enough. Not enough to do the job. Clothesline on Lizzie. Zoe is out of the ring and on the floor. Perfect opportunity if you wanted to get a pin. Here's where you want to get it. Big corner drop kick catches Lizzie, but she comes out and Hurricane Rana's right back on Ursula, who's now in trouble again. Remember, she didn't tag in when she had the opportunity, and now she is being assaulted. So this could be a bad situation for her. We have yet to see Zoe make her way back to the ring, though. So Lizzie gets caught out once. It might be trouble. Here we go. Another pinning attempt. 1, 2. No. There's Zoe. Finally back up. Thrown into the corner. Here comes Ursula following up on Lizzie. Boot pushing her face, making her struggle. Drops her with a power bomb out of the corner. Kick to the knee, and now she's going for a sunset flip combination pin. Oh, and then she turns it into some sort of submission maneuver we can't really see. And Lizzie taps. A grapevine move, just devastating squeeze, meant that Ursula got Lizzie to tap, even though Ursula had been taking a pounding for most of this match, had been in the ring almost the whole entire time, and really was getting assaulted for much of it. All right, I'm going to go grab some water, guys. I'll be right back. So it's a big win for the Pixel Pals as they got the victory they needed. Apologies for the delay. I just had to run and grab a glass of water because my goodness. All right, next up it's Tamara versus Cheeky. A match between two tag teams who are vying for the championship. My understanding, this could be the first match of Unbreakable, as I believe, from what I understand, it will be the Abyss of Eternity defending against the Unprofessionals, who have had a pretty good streak going in the last few weeks, I would say. After the Unprofessionals were saw off by Fate last month, allowing Fate to get their opportunity, it's now their turn for a kick at the champs, who have been able to hold their titles since they won them at Downfall. And here comes Tamara out to take on Cheeky.
From Calgary, Alberta, Canada, one half of
I love the
the
fact that they don't have Edmonton, you can only have
the
Calgary.
original gangsta,
Right. So Abyss of Eternity, as I said, defending their championships. This is their second straight month as champions. I would not be surprised to see these ladies fighting for singles titles soon. Both of them are very good singles competitors as well. And Cheeky, of course, our rookie, now coming to the ring.
and her opponent from England, Caitlin.
And so here we go. It is time for the unprofessionals to combine against AOE in singles competition. Cheeky has had a pretty good run with Kat as a tag team. She has yet to really get a lot of singles victories, as she hasn't really fought in a lot of singles matches where she's been able to come off with a win. But she'll be wanting to start off better with this one. Here they lock up. After tying up, the referee has to separate them. They come back together once more. Tamara with a headlock, takedown, and she's continued to hold on, but immediately reversed into a vice grip, basically with the legs. Then catches her Hurricane Rana by Cheeky. Tries to go for a kick, blocked, and then reversed. We'll get this throat issue sorted shortly. Cheeky catches her with a jawbreaker. Comes in again, another Hurricane Rana. She's been raking her so far after a bit of a rough start out of the hold. And now, working away, drops her with a slam onto her face. Oh, Cheeky in trouble. Cheeky comes in, high knee lift. She wants to get after Tamara right away. Put her down, maybe work away on her. Now she's working on the leg. Tries to gain that advantage. If she can get a hold of her quickly, she might be able to hold on, but not this time. It gets reversed again. However, she continues to follow up and uses a neck breaker combination, a Russian leg sweep, to gain advantage. Bashes her head into the ground. A kick to follow up. Going for the pin. One. Cheeky standing up. Gets caught out yet again. Working on the arm now. Trying to get advantage. She takes her. She backs her up, but she gets hit with a back elbow. Caught again. And now working on that arm yet again. Trying to set her up for the disarmer. During singles competition, you'll see Tamara use that as her go-to submission move. Comes in and checks off with sort of a version of the natural selection. Now she's got her up, tosses her over her shoulder. Cheeky in trouble. She's trying to stand up. Back's got to be hurting after that. Oh, and then immediately gets taken down, and the disarmer is on. Cheeky's in trouble, but Tamara lets up. Kind of surprised by that, not going to lie. Takes her towards the center of the ring. Goes for a pin. 1, 2. No. Very, very close, but not quite enough. Stomp to the arm. Tries to go for another submission move, but gets caught out. Elbow drop by Cheeky right onto the throat. Now she drags Tamara into the ring, center of the ring. Bashes her head again into the ring, or into the mat several times. Goes to the pin now. 1. I don't even think that got to 1. Tamara gets kicked in the back. Now she needs to get to her feet and try and change her stripes now, because this is trouble. Still dazed, caught up. It looks like it is. It's that crouching, that kind of cradle DDT that Sabrina favors. Now 1, 2. Ooh, but Tamara kicks out. Cheeky unable to gain the victory. Still looking for an opportunity to get the win. She picks at Tamara's head, wrenching away, trying to put pressure on her, smashes her again. She's really digging down on that head area. She's got her up again. This time she jump suplex, catches Tamara one more time. Punch to the midsection. Cheeky stands up. She gets immediately arm drag takedown move. Picks her up again and then throws her over her shoulder. She's ready, willing, and able. She's roaring at Tamara. Takes her down again with a couple of clotheslines. Then a quick kick to the face. Working now. It looks like, yes, she does take her back to the mat. Now she goes for the pin. 1, 2. Locking in both legs. She couldn't hold her down. She still got out. Stomping again. Stretching back that leg. Pulling at the arm. She's got her in like a converted submission move, but oh, she's thrown over though. It looked like sort of like a bank statement, I would say, but not quite. I should probably know what that submission move is, but I don't at the moment. Chop. And now a clothesline and another. Getting revved up. Now it's time for Tamara to return fire. Cheeky, realizing she's in trouble, rolls out to the floor. The two ladies now out of the ring. Wrenching. Oof. Drops her on her back. Tamara picks her up. Looking to again do some damage, but throws her in the ring just to avoid any problems with the count out. Stands her up. Has her in at throw over top of the head. Mashes the hand into the mat again. Goes for a quick pin. 1, 2. Cheeky kicks out at 2, barely 2. Struggling and standing to her feet. Taken down, and here we go. To disarm her in, but immediately Cheeky got out of it. Tries to come in with a kick, misses, but does catch her with a little back heel. Oof, quick punch thrown there. And then a clothesline, however, catches her out. Punches up to the back. Cheeky now tries to chop the tree down. Catches Tamara a couple of times in the face. Tamara kicks her in the midsection, though. Cheeky taken up and over, and again she's slammed into the mat. She's in trouble. The young competitor in some jeopardy now. 1, 2. Kicked out at the last second. Tamara can't believe it. She puts her hands to her head in frustration. Cheeky struggling to her feet. And now the disarmer is locked in. Can Cheeky escape, or will she tap? She taps. As you can imagine, it's an excruciating hold. One that puts a lot of downward force on your arm. And she's just not able to escape. And with that, Tamara grabs a big victory, and it looks like this time the two combatants are going to shake hands in the center of the ring, acknowledging how that match went. It was a very good match, hard fought. Both parties had a chance. Cheeky just unable to get the win. Certainly she'll look to change her stripes around very soon. And now we have the other member of Abyss of Eternity, Sabrina, taking on Brenna in a match that I'm sure a lot of people have anticipated. These two are excellent fighters, both of whom have a chance to win here, so don't be surprised if either lady takes this, as they fight for position in the ladder, fighting to get at the champion. Phoenix and Bee, who both hold championships for British Union, are now the targets for every single competitor in the women's division. And here we go. In first is Sabrina.
Making her way to the ring from Georgia, one half of the Destroyer.
So, Sabrina has been on a tear as of late. She's got a number of wins on her belt, including both tag team and individual. So she will look to continue that streak. Brenna, of course, lost in the Internet Championship tournament, lost for the championship after holding it ever so briefly after the MacGuffin cash-in, and unable to defeat Bruna, and could not take it back in the next opportunity. So now she has had to kind of go back to square one, trying to move up this chain.
And her opponent, from Valhalla, the Barbarian.
All right, so Brenna comes to the ring. Like I said, having struggled a bit, wanting to gain back the process that she's been on, try and get herself back into a winning situation. These two ladies looking for a win, and I think both of them would love to get a win tonight and actually take a little bit of their anger out on each other. And here we go. Oh, immediately Brenna takes Sabrina and pulls her over. But Sabrina gets her up, picks her up on her shoulders and just drops her on her back and kicks her right in the face. So very big moves right out of the gate. Brenna picks up Sabrina now. She gets her, throws her into the corner. Somehow the referee avoided being involved in that by the slimmest of margins. Sabrina picks up Brenna and just plumps her stomach onto her knee, basically. Picks her up again. Picks her up for a sidewalk slam and does drop her down. Brenna trying to get to her feet, gets caught immediately, but then is able to reverse, then turn over. Sabrina picks her up. She's got her up and guillotines her off that top rope. Kick to the face to go along with it. Not a good time for Sabrina now. Kick to the midsection sends her all the way over, and then she kind of comes in with a weird, awkward kick, which really doesn't catch Sabrina much, but the secondary one kind of catches her. Drags her towards the center of the ring and then just stomps on that elbow. Picks her up again. Wrenching on the arm. Stretches it out. Tortures Sabrina just a little bit more, trying to weaken her arms and then mashing on her head. Of course, Brenna's move, her big submission move, is the armbar. 1 count only there, though. Kick to the back of the head. And then working on the arm, stretching her out. This new submission move that we see Brenna do quite often, which leads to that stomp on the arm. Just making everything hurt in the process. Again, she tilts her over. Again, she gets her up. She stretches that arm back, wrenching the one behind her back, and then just stomps on the other arm. Sabrina up again. And she's got her in that spinning slam, which does so much damage. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Sabrina out of there. I think there's nothing more than these two ladies would like than to get their hands on either B or Phoenix. Certainly, there's no love lost between B and Sabrina. Oof. Pounding away. Brenna working a tapestry onto Sabrina as she throws her back into the center of the ring. Waiting for her to get to her feet. But a back elbow catches Brenna right off the bat. But she's able to turn her over. Stretching on that arm. Again, as we said, working on the armbar, but Sabrina able to pull her way out of there. Comes in, tries to pull off some punches, but Brenna catches her. Series of blows, punch after punch after punch. But somehow Sabrina able to fight out of that. Big clothesline catches Sabrina, or Brenna, and sends her to the mat. Or elbow, I should say. Sabrina just waiting, cocking, loading. Picks up and wheelbarrow slams her, now turns her over, goes for the pin. But Brenna doesn't even allow a 1 count. She just boots her right out of there. Sabrina dragging her towards that center of the ring again. Slams her hand into the mat. Wrangles on that neck. Trying her best to make sure that she makes Brenna pay as much as possible. Goes for the pin. 1. Again, Brenna just not going to go down that easily. Oh, Sabrina with a cardinal mistake. Misses on the kick to the back. Now she's up again in that spinning Samoan slam. There we go. Brenna going for the pin. 1, 2. Ooh, that was close. 2 only. Brenna not very happy about that. Yelling at the referee. Waiting now for Sabrina to get back to her feet. Goes for a kick to the midsection. Gets caught. Picked up and... oh, she was powerbombed into the mat. You kind of forget how powerful Sabrina is when she's in the tag team, but you really see it here. Again, she picks her up. Again, she slams her. Turns her over. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. And wow. In definitely hard-fought fashion, Sabrina gets another win under her belt. Another single victory that sets her up for an opportunity at one of the championships down the road. You got to think that she would love nothing better than to take on B for that internet championship. With the experience that those two have had against one another, neither party will forget that, and Brenna goes away again, having lost for the 2nd time in a row. She will not be happy, and basically this is 3 times she's taken a loss in the last 3 or 4 weeks. So she will be absolutely, completely irate on that front. So now we have the Cat versus Cat match coming up. Just to be confusing, it's Cat 50,000 versus Cat with a K in a match to determine who the cat really is. Kidding. This is kind of a match between 2 parties who haven't really fought each other for much of the time. Of course, Cat 50,000 has been locked in a confrontation with Brenna for a while now. Has just recently been able to gain the victory she needed at Redemption, and will be looking to move on from this match. Now she also tries to make her way back up the ladder. And here comes Cat, who of course fought for the Internet Championship. The rookie proved herself a very durable competitor in the tournament and was definitely an able opponent for B. It was more a case of just being outskilled, I would say, because of B's experience. And I'm sure she'll want another crack at it soon enough. Alright, so Oshnik, Cat, ready to take on Cat 50,000, who'll be coming out with her usual intro. Here we go.
I ain't the kind who wear a tie. Working up from 9 to 5. I tried that life but said goodbye.
And her opponent,
Not a one's
parts unknown, Kitty.
says the world can never leave us.
So Cat 50,000, who with their partner, as we said, are going to face Abyss of Eternity here soon. Probably at Unbreakable. We'll be looking to give the unprofessionals their first women's titles, as they have not been able to capture any so far. Though Kat did make the semifinals in the tournament and actually faced B, only to be disqualified thanks to an attack on B from Brenna, which caused Kat to lose the match and of course led to their big confrontation at the Redemption pay-per-view, which Kat was able to win. But it would have been a very interesting internet championship if these two ladies had actually faced each other in the title. But now, Kat takes Kat 50,000, throws her against the ropes, turns her over, steps on any arm, wrenching on the head, picking her up, rakes her face. It looked like not exactly the nicest move, but a kick back to the midsection, and a big roundhouse has caught Kat. Oshnik is in trouble. Another kick to the face, thrown into the corner. High knees, Kat 50,000 working away. Comes in with a back elbow that catches Kat, who's now in trouble. She's placed into that turnbuckle, picked up and set up to the top. Kat 50,000 got her up. I think she's looking to suplex her from the top rope, and she does. Oh. Coming down on the face can't be nice. But Kat 50,000 not able to even get a 1 count out of that. Oshnik stands up to her feet, throws Kat into the ropes, comes in, ducks down, takes her over with an arm drag takedown, stomps on the arm. Kat working away on that arm once more, dragging her towards the center of the ring. Goes for a quick pin. 1. This time she gets to a 1, but Kat 50,000 able to kick out. Standing up, trying to fight back. She throws a punch to the midsection. Drags her over. She's working on that arm now, trying to weaken it, trying to get her softened up in preparation for a big signature move, but immediately was taken down by Kat, who now is back to her feet. Dragging Kat 50,000 and then dropping a leg drop right on her neck. And then, slam, and then followed up with this interesting submission maneuver, wrenching on the legs, but Kat 50,000 able to turn it over finally. That hurts. There's just no two ways about it. Stomp on the arm. Kat 50,000 now needs to start to get her high-risk offense going. She's got her up. She's coming in with a hip attack. Catches Kat and knocks her down. Kat 50,000 waiting. Kick to the midsection. Another one. A third. She's waiting and then comes in with a big enziguri, which catches her in the head. Pinning a combination. 1, 2, 3. And Kat 50,000 for the unprofessionals gets the victory, which puts her in good stead to take on the internet champion down the road if she can continue this kind of streak. I know she feels aggrieved that she did not get a shot at B and would love nothing better to get a shot before Unbreakable. But she'll have a lot of competitors for that opportunity. A lot of good, solid, hard-hitting offense coming in by Kat 50,000, which caught the rookie out and allowed her to get the pin.
Here is your winner, Kitty.
So a big win for the unprofessionals again. Of course, they will have their shot at the tag titles coming up. But both singles competitors showed very well today. And of course, Kat 50,000 getting the win just helps her to go up that ladder. And now we have, in fact, speaking of the internet champion, it is B versus Pershi in a non-title match. We have another non-title match coming up soon in the main event. These two ladies familiar with each other. Pershi would love nothing more than to gain a win again, to kind of put herself into that mix of people fighting for, clawing for the championship. The British Union might rule everybody now, but there's a number of competitors that are looking to gain that title and will want to get the victory. All right, here we go. First out, it is Pershi. Pershi coming out. She's ready to rock. She's hoping to put on a good performance tonight and kind of set herself up down the road for a championship opportunity.
Making her way to the ring from the United States of America, Percy.
Pershi has had a decent record. She's not certainly one of the top in the division, but she's been fighting in tag matches and singles matches and has acquitted herself fairly well, so she'll be wanting to continue that process. Best way to do it is to beat the champ, and she's got her chance right now.
And her opponent from England, the Internet Champion, the Queen Bee.
So B won the championship at the Redemption event last week. She, along with Phoenix, of course, gaining their first individual titles. Both ladies want to defend them tonight. Even though these are non-title matchups, you want to set a pattern of success. You want to make sure that nobody can really challenge you, so you want to gain a victory. So this is one of those times where defeating your opponent is a very big thing. You certainly do not want to give them the momentum they need to actually oppose you down the road. And so far, Pershi is locked up and locked horns with B. Goes for a kick, but it blocked immediately and spun over. B using all of her force on that one. Stomp to the arm. And another. Picking her up, but arm drag takedown by Pershi now gives her the opportunity. Comes in. Oh! And just plants her with a DDT out of nowhere. B is in trouble. The champ is in trouble. Picked up and suplexed. Like I said, this might be a non-title matchup, but don't for a moment think this isn't important to both of these ladies. Pershi in for the pin. One. No. Stands up, turns her over. Knee to the back, and now she twists her arms around and now is starting to do a choke, trying to put pressure on B. Digging into the back of B. Flips her over now. Picks Pershi up. Oof. Big forearm strike. Catches Pershi and sends her to the mat, holding her face. And followed up with a kick. And another. And a third stomp. And now stomping on the arm. Not letting Pershi really maintain any momentum. She's quite dazed. B has got her, turns her over and cut her. Now goes for the pin. 1, 2. Kicks out at 2. Percy struggles, trying to get to her feet, trying to figure out where she is. B just catches her and now goes for the bank statement, but feet under the ropes could not get the pin. Tries to go for a cutter, but reversed, and Percy kicks her way back into control of this match. Throws B into the corner, follows it up with a drop kick, and now, B misses on the high knees. Now she's in trouble. Could we see an upset here? Will Percy be able to pull away? Comes in with her big maneuver, her signature, but got caught out. Now, a very dynamic Hurricane Rana sends Percy to the mat. Tries to come in with a strike, but B gets caught. She's thrown overhead, dropped onto her back, and now a stomp from Percy onto B's arm. Elbow drop. Again, stomp to the arm. Working on the chin, leveraging everything she can get to try and weaken that head area. 1. Percy back in charge. Kicks galore. High elbow. Quick strikes in succession, but caught out. Kick to the midsection. B's got Percy where she wants her. Gets her down. She's in the pinning predicament. 1, 2. Not enough. B not able to finish the job, but she's just waiting on Percy to get to her feet. Goes for the bank statement. She cannot get it without it getting caught in the ropes. She rolls Percy over and goes for the pin instead. 1, 2, 3, and B able to hold on and gain the victory as the champion. Able to set the pace and finish the job. Gets a big win. She hasn't left the ring yet. Percy hasn't either. Oh my goodness. Stomping on Percy inside the middle of the ring. B going to town, trying to send a message to the rest of the field. Referee trying to break it up. B finally stops, but the message may already have been sent. Certainly Percy's in danger after that one. You never know what might happen in those circumstances when you're ganged up on. Anything kind of injury can occur. So now it's time for our main event. It is Phoenix versus Lilu. Again, a non-title matchup. Lilu hasn't yet got enough victories to earn a shot at the title. But it'll be a good challenge for the champion, who will want to set a good example for her British Union friends, and also to make others realize how hard it will be to gain a victory. This is our last match of the evening. Our main event coming up right now. And once again, we're going to hear the British Union's theme. Rule Britannia echoes in the crowd as the champ comes out, looking, as she usually does, less than happy, at least with others.
Making her way to the ring from Newcastle upon Tyne, England, the women's champion, the phenomenal one, Nicole.
So Phoenix, sporting the championship for the first time, defending herself in a match while holding the title. So Lilu, of course, will be wanting to set a pattern. We talked about a bit about this in the last match. She'll want to gain this victory because it'll move her up the card. It will also show to the other ladies that the champion is vulnerable, which is certainly what you want to do. So far, that has not been proven the case tonight.
And her opponent, from Oregon, Lee Lewis Jacob.
All right, here comes Lilu to the ring. Marching down as she does. Wanting to get a big victory here. It's always a question of how much she actually understands that fact or how much she just wants to beat the other opponent. But nonetheless, here we go. Big opportunity, big chance, a big momentum swing for both ladies, depending on who gains the victory tonight. Hope you've enjoyed Attitude this evening, and I hope you'll join us on Wednesday when we return with Blast and the fallout from our redemption show, which saw Webby regain the DCW title away from Austin. All right, Phoenix working on to Lilu straight away, wrenching on the arm. Almost said the wrong name there. Cranks on it again. Elbows. The submission specialist is trying to do what she usually does, which is work through the opponent by basically wrenching on the area, which gives her the best chance to get the Kurakuda clutch on. Her submission move, which typically is what Phoenix wants to win with. But Lilu works her way back to her feet, spears Phoenix, sending her to the mat, and now is working away, trying to continue the process of actually crushing Phoenix's ability to defend herself. Lilu, of course, has the finisher or signature move of Crazy Train, which when set up and connecting does have a devastating effect on her opponents. Kicks galore now. Phoenix has stood up, chopped to the midsection, picked up, and now Lilu's got her up and guillotines her off the top rope, sending the champion to the mat, and then hits her in the midsection and takes her over. What a victory this would be for Lilu if she can get it. This would be a devastating loss for Phoenix should it happen. The champ will not want to open up her title holding period by losing a match to someone who isn't even ranked in the top 5. In fact, right now, probably the closest competitor is Tamara for the title, but of course she still holds the tag titles, so very unlikely she'll be fighting for the title this month. Chop missed. Big high knee catches Lilu. Lilu down on the mat. Jump on the arm. Comes in for the pin. 1. No, not enough. Fans getting restless. They want Lilu to fight back. They want her to put Phoenix in her place. The fan community is not happy with Phoenix and B holding the championships, and they typically make it known they don't like the British Union. Pinning attempt. 1. Lilu able to get out fairly easily. But she didn't move, and that just allowed Phoenix to come in again. Armbar this time. Wrenching back. Is Lilu going to tap? Is this going to be a quick end? No. Lilu gets back up. Strikes galore. Get her out of that position. Now she's working away on Phoenix. Throws her into the corner. Slowly, methodically walks in. Spear. She sets her up for the Crazy Train. It's about to come. Here it is. And she connects. Heading to the top rope to follow up. No, she doesn't. Oh, she does eventually. She's up on the top rope. Phoenix is down. Was that too much time, though? It was. She misses and collateral damage right onto the mat. Elbow, though. Somehow, Lilu able to push her way out of this problem. Back elbow. Picks her up and powers her into the mat. Pancakes her into the mat. Throws Phoenix into the corner turnbuckle. Now, Leela throws her to the opposite side of the ring. Comes in with a spear. Looks like it could be set up for another crazy train. No, she doesn't. She picks her up, throws her out of the center of the... back towards the center of the ring. Jumps towards the top ropes. Looks like she's still going to go for that high-risk maneuver. Phoenix will be looking to escape again, possibly. We'll see. Here she goes. Lands that elbow and now goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3! Lilu wins against the champion, surprising everybody in the process, as Lilu Jacobs gets a big victory against Phoenix in a match where realistically she shouldn't have had a chance. She was able to overcome the odds, pinning the champion and possibly setting up for a chance at the championship sometime down the road. Certainly, you've got to figure Phoenix will not be happy with that particular development and will want to regain her composure against this opponent. After that big high-risk win, I was shocked. Lilu scores the victory here tonight at the end of Attitude. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and thank you for watching.